And hello, welcome to the set overview for Attack on Titan. It is now just me, Uncle Butts, and my uh, brunch before Weiss Schwarz, and now top tier tiers co-host Tim Tom. All the other people that were on this cast got eaten by Titans, and we were the only ones that escaped.
Because we're just better than everyone else.
Yeah, we pre-ordered our Moby Gears, so we were ready.
Yo, yeah, dude. Day one DLC, bitches.
Okay, so jokes aside, obviously Uh, this video is probably just going to be myself and Tim Tom
Yep.
circle jerking Attack on Titan because we both have the deck and we both really enjoy playing the deck.
Yeah, and we spend a lot of money making the deck, so, we want to feel good about our purchase.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you spend a lot more money than me, but
Shh.
hey man, be proud of your foils. Anyway, so as is tradition in a top tier tiers set overview, let's talk about best cards in each color. Let's start with top three cards from yellow.
Aaron? 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 Wind Climax? For real though, it's obviously Aaron. The Aaron Climax combo is obviously the most standout card in the color. But after that, I think it's probably the Armin Rize, and then the it gets a little dicey, I think, but probably the Armin Runner.
Yeah. Um,
Either that or like a case could be made for the 2-1 Armin, but I think the Armin Runner is just better than two
there's
one.
certainly more games where the Armin runner will be
Yeah,
more impactful just because it's a runner, right?
yeah,
The 2-1 is a very good card, but comes up a lot less. I'd have
yeah.
to agree with the cards you chose. Um,
That was hard.
given I'm only playing three of three of those cards I play in my deck, and there's only like a fourth card I play in my deck from yellow in this set, and it's
Two one.
the Armin 2-1.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty easy. Also, just as a side thing, I personally don't like choosing I don't like numbering my top three, but it's really hard to say Aaron isn't the best card in the set.
It is one of the
Like
best cards
he is
made. Like,
such a horse, if that's
oh god,
even like a thing to say. That
uh,
might be an understatement sometimes.
you just want to ride Aaron all day.
You've never heard that? Like that's a
Yeah,
workhorse.
yeah, yeah.
Come on, don't be dirty. We're almost done.
Okay, okay.
We don't
I'll
have to
try to
hang out any
restrain
after
myself.
this. Teehee. Green is probably
A little harder,
a little
maybe.
a little harder.
Um, Green, the
Uh,
Levi Rize, I think. Um,
I think Levi Rize is definitely a reason to be playing green. I think Irwin 1-1
yeah, I was about to
is
say.
definitely one of the better
And then
cards in
the
green.
Brainstorm, I think.
Yeah. Um,
Or you could like make a case for the Hanji, I guess. But I think the
the clock
Brainstorm.
kicker.
Yeah,
I think I like the brainstorm more than that card.
yeah. Um,
Brainstorm has like the Sleeping Knight's brainstorm is good enough, especially when, as we discussed, this deck is trying to be a bit wallier. Helps your combo get the initial reverse.
the card profile, that profile actually just kind of makes it turns seemingly innocuous cards into something a lot more in a lot of cases. And I think that's true for the 1-1 Irwin, as well as some other cards, like other Levi Irwin Hanji cards that you have available. The extra 1K power just like changes what you might think about certain cards. The Irwin
Yeah,
being like a 2-1-8-5 is certainly much more formidable than like what he might be otherwise, which is like a 1-1-7-5. Um,
yeah, and the obvious thing there as well is because it's a brainstorm, it's something that pretty much every game of Weiss you want to
yeah.
brainstorm in your back row. So
Hmm.
it's something you can reliably build your strategy around.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's it for green. Um,
Yep. Red
Red. Oh
is
boy.
it's a little weird. Obviously, I
Well,
think we're going to both put the burner first.
yeah.
Uh,
But you know, um,
like the card
good
is just
card.
so strong. It's like multiple birds has always been highly valued in Weiss, and this is probably one of the most efficient burn. Well, it's probably the most efficient burner. um,
Yeah.
I've ever seen or played with. It's
Uh.
almost Darth Vader. Like this card
Wow.
was probably in development. This card was probably so close to being Darth Vader.
Yeah, but then, but it's not. It's so
Yeah,
much better than Darth Vader.
yeah. So there
Um.
must have been 1,000 bullets she dodged to get this good. Because there's a lot of small things about the card that could be different to make it worse.
Yeah.
But
It
it's
is
really good.
really, yeah.
It turned out the way it is.
It is a really just a amazing amalgamation of really nicely tuned effects that make it like a amazing total package, especially in the context of this deck.
Yes. Beyond that,
Um, that's a little harder, I think. Uh,
despite Penguin 420's rant earlier on, I don't know why everyone's up on salvage brainstorms.
you're gonna
Like,
put that second? Yeah.
yeah, it's just a good card.
I'm gonna put my pet card third, which is the Mikasa early play. But you could put any. You could put. There's a lot of cards that could fit into that slot, I think. So
I
this includes
think
like Sasha early
uh
play and the Krista level 3. They're like really
I
one of
I like
flex slots.
I like I think I like the Sasha early play most in context of what the deck does,
Hmm.
but Crystal would be my pet card.
Okay.
But I think Sasha early play can do some pretty cool things. I'd believe that more as a one of than the Mikasa.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Uh,
blue, right?
blue. Well,
Uh, Brainstorm,
brainstorm,
Xenon,
Xenon,
Reiner.
and Reiner. Yep.
Just the first three
Ooh.
cards.
You don't even look at. You
Boom,
didn't
we're
even
done.
look at the rest. Yeah.
I mean, the
Dunsies.
rest of them is just like three cards, like 14 times.
And some pretty bad cards.
Yeah, so, as a whole, um, Attack on Titan, really good. Like,
And it's just a few cards, really.
yeah, a
Um,
few cards stand out, but that's all you need.
yeah.
You'd rather have a couple cards that are outstanding than a bunch of like, good cards, I think. Because those are the
Yeah.
cards that set you apart from other decks that would be similarly tiered.
Um, it is pretty miraculous how they've changed the deck, though. Um, it plays completely differently than it did before in
Yeah.
almost every
And
way.
yeah, and it's interesting because not even that many cards were replaced.
Yeah, a lot of the cards are like old mainstays from the first set, and you're like sprinkling in some really good stuff to supplement the first set one stuff. But it just Moba Gear is probably one of the best. I think that the card itself can change so drastically with the inclusion of some other pieces just speaks to how maybe well it was designed, I think.
Hmm.
It's a really good card that got even better.
Yeah.
Um,
And would you agree in saying that Attack on Titan is the best set in English?
yes,
Even though we are
there's
even though we are a Japanese like focus thing, we do Japanese set releases as the Japanese sets come out. This was a simultaneous release, so I feel like bringing that up
yeah,
could be important.
there's just no contest for it right now in English, I think.
Mm.
There's nothing that stands up to any of its pieces like separately, and as a whole, yeah, there's just nothing that comes close right now.
And then to go to segue into another question, where do you think it's positioned for Japanese meta?
Uh, right now, well, I think it's positioned. I think a certain build is positioned super well. The only issues possibly being, maybe there might be Kimono friends, maybe. But that, unfortunately, I don't. Kimono friends hasn't proven to be a meta force since its release. So, I mean, I think it's just a really good deck, even in JP. It's
Hmm.
probably not the best deck, outright best deck, because there's a lot of really good decks right now. But
Yeah.
it is one of them. It is one of the best decks in the game, I think, after this
Yeah.
booster.
And
Uh,
an important note about that is there are decks that are equal or better than this deck potentially, and a bunch of those good decks, a bunch of the better decks in JP, Aaron doesn't like choke them out of the game how
yeah.
it would like an
Hmm.
unreversed combo deck.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that Aaron is any bad in that matchup. But he's still a +2 for
Yeah.
each like instance of Aaron combo.
It's just more
Um,
the your both decks do their own thing.
yeah, and then you're left with a bunch of resources and still an amazing top end.
Yes. Uh,
So that's a pretty good place to be, even if you can't choke them out of their advantage through errands and boot
yeah.
counters or whatever.
Really strong set.
Yeah. So yeah, a bit of an irregular cast this time. I elected to read cards. Thomas elected to record it. Hopefully, we'll get back on a more normal schedule involving,
More people.
all of us, like the all the regulars. Somehow, two of the most frequent members ended up running the whole thing by the end of it. But people have lives, and collectively, we've decided that it's better to get these out faster than trying to have everyone involved in every single one, because that was one of the things that's definitely been slowing us down on getting these out there.
For sure.
And I think next is Sword Art, Ordinal Scale.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have to organize, see who wants to be on that one, and then get time together. But hopefully that'll be out sooner than our track record has been this year.
Yep. See you next time.